Cool School, brought to you by The Tote, with Luke Parkinson, Jamie Hart and Jamie Benson.
So day 4 of the Cheltenham Festival comes to an end, Gold Cup day. It's been another memorable day. Danny Mullins is alongside me. It didn't turn out probably the way you wanted it, Danny, in the Gold Cup, but there'll be another day yet in Tornado Flyer, I imagine.
Yeah, he just didn't find the rhythm that he found around Kempton. He seems none the worse after the race, and take nothing away from a very impressive winner, Rachel Blackmore, in a Plutard.
It was a good patient ride as well from Rachel. She had to sit tight. The gaps didn't really open up, but then he stormed up the hill there like a real stayer, especially with Minella Indo being second.
Yeah, he really quickened. I don't think we went mad fractions early in the race, which probably didn't suit Minella Indo as much as last year. And the Plutard was able to get away from him from the back of the second last. And yeah, what a performance, a deserving winner.
You must still look back on this week though with brilliant memories. Yesterday was, well, incredible, and it can get better than that, but that was as good as in terms of atmosphere as you'll get in a parade ring at the Cheltenham Festival.
Definitely, Florian Porter put in a big performance. Hopefully with age on his side, he'll be able to come back and give it a rattle again next year. So yeah, it's an exciting week and fantastic to be a part of it in the winners' enclosure. And
other than Florian Porter, what's been your performance of this week from the 4 days of the big meeting?
Honeysuckle was very good to deliver again. She's the gift that keeps on giving. And as well, a Plutard was very good. You're looking at Energamine in a race that probably didn't deliver what was expected, but he was still a very good horse. It's been a fantastic week, and yeah, plenty more to look forward to. The countdown is on till next year.
Absolutely, it never stops. The ball keeps on rolling. But where do you go tonight? Straight back home?
I'll be back home, and I'm in Thurles for a few rides tomorrow and Downpatrick Sunday, so the hamster wheel just keeps turning.
Brilliant. Thanks, Danny. It's been a pleasure following you around the last couple of weeks, and also Tote Ambassador of the festival with that big win. It's been brilliant for Tote and for yourself.
Thank you very much.
So now we've heard from Danny Mullins. Zoe's managed to catch up with Willie Mullins and Henry De Bromhead, who've had big race successes this afternoon.
I'm joined by Henry De Bromhead here. You've just had the 1-2 in the Gold Cup again. This hasn't happened since the Denman Corto Star days. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I used to watch that at home and it was amazing. You dream of being here doing something like that. It's incredible. It's pretty surreal and just feel very lucky.
And obviously Rachel Blackmore was an absolute superstar. The way she pulled away then, that was something special, wasn't it?
Yeah, some ride. So brave coming down the hill, sitting where she was sitting. She said she didn't want to do the same as she did last year. I didn't get involved at all. I let her do I said whatever you want to do. And it was some ride, and fair play to APT. He sprinted away.
And in preparation for this, what do you tell your jockey? Do you just let Rachel get on with it, or do you give her some advice, or what do you say just before she gets onto the horse?
Not a whole lot. She's sort of in the zone, and she started telling me what she was going to do, and I said, you know what, just do whatever, you know what you want to do, and that was it.
And what do you think will be next for Applestard now?
I'm not sure. The Thompsons are, he probably is better going left-handed than right, so there's Aintree, but then after that there's not many options. And I would say, I haven't discussed with them what everyone would like to do, but last year we actually put them away after here, so maybe they'll decide, but I don't know.
Brilliant, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'm joined by Willie Mullins. Willie, you've had a cracking day, cracking festival, record-breaking figures this year. How was that for you?
It was fantastic. Obviously it's Rachel Blackmore's day winning the Gold Cup, but we're delighted. We've had such a great festival, but particularly a great afternoon here in Cheltenham. It's just fantastic with the atmosphere, sunshine. What more could you want?
And if you could sum up that performance from Ellie May in one word, what would that be?
Oh, brilliant. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
So I'm joined here by Ambassador Richard Johnson. Cheltenham Day 4 has just finished. Dicky, we've seen today Rachel Blackmore win the Gold Cup. How impressive was that?
I think it was very impressive, especially the way I think the confidence she showed to sort of wait with him after last year. Perhaps she felt that she wasn't happy with it. I didn't think she did anything wrong last year, but the confidence she showed to wait almost behind the first 5 or 6 going down the hill and then produce him, after going to the second last, and then he picked up really, really well. And I think we've seen what we saw at Haydock at the start of the season. A real classy performance from a very good horse, and Henry De Bromhead to sort of win the champion hurdle in the Gold Cup like that, it's incredible.
and we also seen Vauban win the Triumph this morning. That was quite an impressive performance as well, with two of Gordon's coming up behind him. What did you think of the Triumph this morning?
Well, I think going into it, we thought they looked like the best three, and we were trying to find other horses to trouble them. And actually, the form was very solid, which is it's a nice thing, because sometimes the Triumph winner can be thinking where did that come from. But Vauban as well, the way he was awkward at the last, he looked a bit green at the last and was slow. And then when Paul really got after him, he picked up well. So he could really be a star of the future, and a horse that's improving all the time.
And this week we've seen some brilliant performances, some brilliant horses, brilliant jockeys. What was your ride of the week though? If you could pick one.
It's very hard. Look, honestly, I think get Rachel Blackmore in the Gold Cup. I think the confidence she showed, and she's had an up and down week. After winning the Champion Hurdle, she's had a couple of nasty falls, and obviously she had a lucky winner yesterday. But yeah, the confidence she showed, I think she showed how top class she is to sort of wait and ride him with so much confidence and produce him at the right time. I think that was for me one of the rides of the week. Because the pressure, people forget. For a jockey, it's very hard getting on these horses, but when you do, then there's an awful lot of pressure that comes with that. So for her to cope with all that and do it was fantastic. But I think Edwardstone in the Arkle, for me, he was a real horse. I thought that we've got a future champion on our hands, which again, a lot's been made of the English-Irish sort of battle last year. So this year, I think we've really sort of clawed it back. And when you've got horses like Edwardstone and Constitution Hill, you actually think we've got a bright future ahead.
And talking about horses that might be future champions, if you've seen one horse this week that people should maybe follow the career of, put in their trackers, who would you choose?
Guys, it's hard. Let's say we obviously mentioned Constitution Hill there. Look, I wasn't negative about him, but I just didn't think he'd really produced a lot on the track until Tuesday. But obviously it was sensational the way he came up that hill. I think he's the one that's going to probably put it up to Honeysuckle for next season, and it's going to be a real great, and that's what you want. You want really big clashes in racing, and I think that was probably the talking point, and that debate will go on for nearly 12 months until next Tuesday of the Cheltenham 2023. So that's those are the things that you really make people excited about racing, and those horses aren't going to clash until then, because one's in Ireland, one's in England, and the build up will be fantastic. So yeah, for me, it's been a really exciting 4 days, and actually seeing all the people come back as well after last year was a really eerie place here. We were on our own, and this year, the people are so happy to be here, and it's really real enthusiasm for jump racing, and everything good.